Well, Minnesota is now welcoming out-of-state nurses to help fight this COVID-19 pandemic right here in the state of Minnesota. Katie Steiner joins us on what this new executive order means and how nurses here in Minnesota are responding. Katie?
Good morning, Esme. Well, this executive order came a little bit later in the day yesterday, around 5 p.m. Not everybody thinks it's a good idea. So here are the details with this newest executive order. The governor says that now a certain amount of out-state healthcare professionals can come into the state of Minnesota and work temporarily. Now, normally these people would have to get a license from the Minnesota Board of Medical Practice or the Minnesota Board of Nursing. The governor cited, quote, virus hotspots in Minnesota risk overwhelming local health care providers and long-term care facilities facing critical staffing shortages as the reason for this order. Now, there's not necessarily a limit on how many people can come into the state of Minnesota to help out. Governor Walz also specifically mentioned the outbreak in rural Nobles County as an example. But the Minnesota Nurses Association, they have some serious concerns with this order. They say that hundreds of nurses have already been furloughed because the workload has decreased so much because you haven't had any of those non-essential surgeries going on or people coming into the clinics. So the Minnesota Nurses Association says it doesn't make any sense to bring in more nurses from out of state who might not have as much training or education as the nurses that are already here and that are starting to collect unemployment here in the next couple of weeks. So it released a statement saying, quote, Minnesota nurses call on the governor, legislators, and hospitals to come together to work on creating a statewide labor pool made up of furloughed, unemployed, and retired Minnesota nurses to answer the great need being faced in our healthcare facilities. So this executive order, it is effective immediately, and it only goes during this peacetime emergency, Esme.
All right, Katie, thank you so much. We appreciate that.